Just quick introduction. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Hot Mic with Lady She podcast. I'm your host, Lady She. Make sure you are following Hot Mic Lady She _podcast on Instagram. Facebook, we are Hot Mic Lady She. Yes, with Lady She, on Facebook. Also follow She's Got Tees, one word, on Instagram. And She's Got Tees LLC on Facebook, and Sharon's Heart Stationery, one word, on Instagram. Okay, good evening, everyone. Once again, this is Hot Mic with Lady She podcast. I'm your host, Lady She. I am so excited for this year's series, She Is My SHERO, especially with it being Women's History Month. You know, I posted in my story that she is Women's History, and when I tell you, y'all gonna have to bear with a sister, because the more I learn about this young lady, I want to know if she's superhuman. Like, that's my question. Like, how? The big question is how. But present it to some and introducing others. And make sure I'm saying your name correctly. I have a big pet peeve. Dr. Shenetta Malkia.
Dr. Shenetta Malkia.
Dr. Shenetta Malkia.
Yes, ma'am.
By way of Queens, New York. Now,
hey, let's get it, NYC, baby.
Let's get it. Listen, I am in awe of you.
I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You've been so supportive. Thank you. And who knew we would tap into the same circle with the same amazing people?
Man, don't make me throw my shoe at this phone, okay? I said, God, you do not play about your people. But no. Listen, guys, when I tell you how the Divine Connections is on fire right now, like, let me just say this before we start with the questions. If you are looking for something, if you are seeking God for something, be very specific in your prayers. Because I'm telling you, as I'm watching everything unfold, these are the prayers.
These are the prayers. I am literally living my prayers. I am literally living what is on my vision board. A lot of people do vision boards every single year. I'm still working on the same vision board I did in 2014.
Come on, man.
Okay, and now I should go grab it and show it to you all, because I actually was just showing it to my my new operations manager 2 weeks ago. I was like, look, I checked this off. Look, I did this. Look, I did this. Look, I did this. I got some more stuff. So I'm working on the same one.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And even with that, and we're going to start the questions, but understand what she's saying. You don't have to switch things up when you don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? Stick to the plan. There is no plan B.
Stick to the vision. There should not be a plan B when your plan A is God ordained. That's just that.
Come on now.
Because see, the thing about it is, a lot of things that I wanted to do that I was not doing was because I didn't have the funds. I was like, well, God said, you keep worrying about the funds. I gave you the vision. I'll provide the financing for you. I'll give it to you. So, and we'll get into some of that, but I'll tell you this. I started my business in October 19th, 2019, right before the pandemic. I did not get a loan. I did not have an investor. I did not have my husband, my boyfriend, my sponsor, my girlfriend. This is straight from the mud, baby. I'm talking about building blocks that I did not even know that I was going to be doing. So stick to the plan, stick to the purpose, and let God continue to unfold it, because I did not know what his plans were for me.
My God, my God. Come on, we're going. Listen, she coming in with the heat already. I told you I get y'all pen and pad. Let's get it. Let's go. So I ask every guest the same question. My first question is always, I have to say your name correctly. First of all, I have to say your name correctly. It's such a pet peeve of mine. Say it again.
Dr. Shenetta Malkia.
Shenetta Malkia. First of all, I love how it sounds. Okay.
Thank you, Queen. So Malkia is actually a city in Israel. I got to go visit one day.
Oh, wow. I love this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so who is Dr. Shenetta Malkia?
Oh, who is Dr. Shenetta Malkia? I'm a woman. I'm a woman of God. I'm a woman of grace. Dr. Shenetta Malkia is an individual that has grown, that is continuing to evolve. It's not the titles, it's the heart between everything that you see. It's the grace that's pushing me forward. Who am I as a woman that is going to continue to evolve, continue to learn, continue to correct myself, continue to ask God to show me the way, and to make sure that I build other individuals up and become their voice when they feel they don't have one. That's who I am. I stand on grace.
Ooh, let's get it. Let's go.
I just stand on grace. That's just who I am. I'm no different from any other person. The things that are different from me that may be different from your particular situation is I had to take my mask off and recognize that I needed help. I put my hand up.
Come on now. That's the
I was a
one.
grown mess. I was a grown
Ooh,
mess. And you know, I was a grown mess. You can be a grown woman and still have some petty tendencies.
love
You can
this.
be a grown woman and still need to grow. I needed to grow. I needed to take mask off. I needed to do some deep healing. And
Yeah.
each and every time I healed, I realized it was a different area that God wanted me to go deeper in my healing so that we can continue to evolve and reach the level that He wants me to reach, because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, well, I haven't met her yet. Ooh,
I'm
let's
still
go.
evolved. I'm
Let's
still
go.
evolved.
Still evolving, honey. Listen, you have to be a forever student. You have to be open. You have to be coachable. And I feel like I love that you came in reminding us that we have to be honest with ourselves.
Come on, take the mask off. You can't heal nothing. You can't see anything with mask on. Think about your skin real quick, ladies. Fellas, you think about it too. Even when you got them beards, and the ladies, we got to wear the makeup and we don't clean our face and we don't exfoliate. You know, sometimes we got to get deep into them pores. That's how we
Well,
got to get into our hearts and get into our minds, because we got to go deeper than the surface level things that we think that we're dealing with. Because
yes,
everything, the way we're showing up in our personal lives is how you show up in the business. You know, you think
absolutely.
you're going to get it right when I get the job, when I get the contract. You're going to play how you practice. I heard that, and that stuck with me. But you're going to play how you practice. And in your healing, everything that is unhealed in your personal life shows up in your business. The way you deal with your budgets in your personal life is the way you're going to deal with your budgets in your business. The way you deal with your responsibility, accountability in our personal lives is how it's going to show up in our business. How we're showing up when we're going to casting calls. How we're showing up when we're doing new projects. How we're showing up when we're actually producing and helping other individuals. We are going to play how we practice. So if you practice and practice with excellence and keep practicing so you get it right.
Love it.
And we never really get it right.
Yeah, because we're
We're
evolving. We're
ever
constantly
evolving.
growing. This is a daily thing. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not. You have
It's
to have
not
a
easy.
made up mind to be
Yeah.
better every day. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I love what you said because it reminds me of something. And shout out to David Shands, the podcast king. You know,
Hey,
he got it from someone else. I gotta find out who, because I like giving people credit for their quotes. But the person said, "How you treat one thing is how you treat everything."
come on.
And
Come
I
on.
love
Yeah.
it because it makes
Yeah.
so much sense and it aligns with how you are in practice, how you are during the game. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure we're operating under the spirit of excellence, that we're putting our best foot forward in everything we do. So thank you so much for that. And that reflects how you've gone so far in your life. But I really, 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 first of all, I want to know, you know, what was your upbringing like? Because looking at, I'm not going to hold you, I'm going to be very transparent right now. I started tearing looking into you because we have so many things that we went through that are the same, and I had no idea. And I had to be great. I had to thank God personally, because I'm like, this is why I could have met anybody. This is why you had me come and encounter this young lady, because she felt different when I met her. So now it all makes sense. And that's for somebody. Have to be mindful of how you treat people and the people that you meet.
Yeah.
He will reveal your people. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
So,
We met in
ooh,
Night Hall.
listen, different. It was energy. And I'm like, I feel like I know this girl. What is this? What's happening right now? And now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. So, growing up, I would really love for you to tap a little bit into your childhood for us.
Mm. Childhood was it was simple. It was my mom and I. My father was incarcerated most of my life, and so my mother raised me. And so we're from New York. We're from New York. We left New York and went to Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, and my mom raised me and did the best she could as a single mother. I was a child that had a lot of different issues. I was in and out of group homes. I was going to therapy. I had some daddy issues that needed to be dealt with. I was going through bullying. I was bullied from the 5th grade into the 10th grade. I had this real bad, I had this hip alopecia. I have alopecia. So I was going through all of these different dramatics. So growing up, did I have the love for my mother? Of course. Did my mother take care of me? Of course. Did she do the best she could for me? Of course. As I started to evolve and start going into different directions and I needed something else, could my mother give me everything that I needed? I didn't feel as though she could, but she gave me what she was given as a child. And that's what I realized in growing up, is that we're expecting parents and individuals to show up for us in ways that sometimes they don't know how to show up. And
Yeah.
we're judging individuals heavily. And so for me growing up, I did acting. I was in my first stage play in the 5th grade. I was in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I was a reindeer, and my mom still has that picture, and I think that that's so dope.
Yeah.
I danced. My uncle had us into instruments and computers, so I played the guitar, I played the piano. I stopped playing the piano because my teacher kept popping my hands and telling me I couldn't have long nails. That was out. I traveled a lot. My I traveled a lot. My grandmother, my mother, they took us on trips. So, those timeshares, those things come in handy. So I saw
Yeah.
some things, but I also experienced some things that said it was always tight. It was always extremely tight. And there was some things that I wanted a stable life, and there's
Yeah.
certain things that I saw that my family we made it okay. We always made it okay. I went to college, went to Atlanta, got a scholarship, had to apply for student loans and things like that. But childhood was not that bad.
That's
I
good.
was in some trouble. I drove my mother crazy. I will tell you that parents continue to pray over your children because I
Yeah.
drove my mother crazy. I was in the group home. She had to put me out a few times. She was stayed in the church and had to, do a lot of prayer and ask the ministers to help her because I was a problem child. But nobody understood that the problems beneath the surface of my behavior was tied to rape, was tied to bullying, was tied to insecurities, was tied to not knowing who I was. And so what I'll tell a person is with bullying underestimates the lives and the legacies of you.
Ooh,
Write that out.
write that down.
Bullying underestimates the lives and the legacy of you. And that's what was being done to me at the time. I remember telling some of my classmates in the 5th and 6th grade that I wanted to model and I act. And they told me, girl, you ugly. You ain't gonna never model. Here I am sitting
Wow.
today with 4 former titles. And so it is a blessing to be able to see and do the things that I wanted to do as a child that people told me I couldn't do that I'm doing
Ooh,
today and then some.
come on, God. That was a bar. Okay, that was a bar. Because I'm looking, I said, what I love about your story from what I've seen and even what you're sharing right now is, you had people's words on you and you went through some things, and your mother, like you said, thank you so much for sharing, the part about your mom, because a lot of times we don't give our parents grace. We don't
No.
really know how much we hurt them, especially until we become parents. Then we like, woo, hold on a second. Wait
Now
a
my daughter
minute.
ain't give me none of the itches I gave my mother, but baby.
But it's like looking back, you like, yo, you had to love me unconditionally because I was taking you through it and unprovoked, like things you couldn't even control. You understand what I'm saying? I was
Yes,
going through my own stuff as a child, but you got the butt end of all of it. So
yes.
even now I have to thank you for those things because it helped grow me up. So thank you so much for sharing that. Now, we definitely not going to gloss over this because, like I said, our stories align a lot. So you mentioned being bullied. Now, what age did you move from New York to Virginia?
So my mother actually left New York when I was, I would say, 7 or 8. She moved to Richmond, Virginia. She was in college down in Virginia. My grandmother left New York and went to King and Queen County, Virginia, maybe like 10 miles from Tappahannock, where Chris Brown is from.
Okay.
So they left New York. They went down. My mother did not stay in Virginia, so she came to D.C. I wound up coming to D.C. with my mom when she first came out here. And so we were transitioning. We were moving around. And
Yeah.
so from that, I would truly say that it has been a journey, because every different part, yeah, my mom was here, we were moving around, but every area gave me something different.
Yeah.
Every area gave me something different. My grandmother, her being in Virginia and then transitioning to DC, and then we stayed here. I left, went back home to New York and wanted to live with my dad. They put me out of high school. I had to go back down to Virginia, go to school down there. Nobody thought I was going to graduate from high school, and I graduated valedictorian
Come
after
on.
having been put out of 2 high schools and being sent to a vocational high school because of my behavior. So there's so many layers.
Yeah. Yeah. But God.
But
Ooh.
God, great
Come
grace.
on.
And at that time, I didn't have. So I was brought up. My mother is a pastor. She's an apostle, so that she's the word of God has always been there. I
Yeah.
think my youth ministers, Reverend Henry Cole and Pastor Renee Cole, they have been praying over me for a very long time. I've been in church. I did not have a personal relationship with God, but this is why I tell parents to continue to plant the seeds over your children, because the things that you plant over them, we will use it later on. I went back to the word. I went back to the groups of the things that I knew, and I was so thankful because I was able to get the things that I needed. A lot of times we're expecting other people to show up for us in a way that only God can. And I realized that later on, that if I have a problem that a person can solve, then I really don't have a problem. It's the only problems that are really a problem are the ones that only God can really solve for us. So it's not a problem. If I can talk to you about it and get it solved, it's not a real problem.
Come on now.
It's not a real problem. It's something, you can't go to nobody. You only can go to God. Like, he is the only one that can tell us how to move and do it. He was the only one to tell me how to love my mother and how to show my mother how to love me in the midst of us not seeing eye to eye. Because my mother and I was like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was because my mother had her own things she had to heal from and deal with. I had my own things I was going to have to deal with. And then I was dealing with the bullying, from 5th grade to 10th grade, getting thrown into a creek, being jumped. I've gone through it all. I've seen the authorities see me get beat up and get jumped on a main road and the police ride right by. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I've gone through the challenges of hearing the voices of the individuals that were demonstrating the bullying behavior towards me until my 30s, going through that continual healing process and being able to identify that this is what they said, but this is not what God says, and this is not who I am. So I had to get comfortable and take the wigs and the weaves out and say, okay, this is who I am. And goodness gracious, I'm amazing. Ooh. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm not the one that walks around and say I'm that bad bitch. I'm not. That's just not my flow. I never have to call myself a baddie because I don't identify myself as that. I'm a grace-filled woman because I only live by grace. I'm only here because of it.
Listen, that I live by grace keeps making my chest shift. I'm telling you, y'all better catch it.
That's it. That is it. And even when you're going through the bullying, every person that has experienced bullying, every child, every youth, every adult, because come on now, let's be honest, bullying behavior still takes place with adults. We're bullying each other each and every day. The inclusivity, it's horrible. And I want the women and I want our men to stop bullying each other. Stop sharing things that you think is a joke that somebody else is paying. Because it took me a very, very long time. I'm in my 40s now. And to see the healing that it has taken years and years, and the reinforcement that I have to continue to give myself. That's why I started the nonprofit. That's why Empowerment Essence was birthed, because suicide was something that I went through also that I never got a chance to talk to anybody about. So I'm a suicide attempt survivor. And you hear that in my story. So all of these different things came about because of the building block. Life was lifing and throwing things at me. And I had 0 tools in my toolbox.
Right.
I went to counseling. I went to counseling as a child. I thank God for Miss Gill for the Pathfinder project, but then that stopped, because that costs money. Insurance, that costs money. And a lot of people don't have the money to continue the help. But all of those things continue to shape me into the woman I am today. I didn't know that I was going to go from modeling to acting. I didn't know that them telling me I needed to get a nose job and I needed to continue to lose weight to move into the next career was a lie. I didn't know.
Come on.
I've walked the runways in New York. I've done New York Fashion Week. I did BET Rip the Runway. I did it all already. I tried to pursue and move forward to become that supermodel. God said no. And at that time I was crying like, why not?
Right.
Can't do it. But I was doing it on a different level. And then he started showing me new things, had me running different events in different countries, working with different male models and female models, learning the management, the business. I've always loved business. I don't like being broke.
Come on.
Broke. I've been broke. I've been broke and I don't like living paycheck to paycheck. I hate it when it kept saying, drink water, drink spit, drink your spit. Like, I hated making them daggone making French toast with toasting my bread, putting some butter on it and some cinnamon and putting it in a toaster. I wanted French toast.
Come on and help somebody. Help somebody.
Now, don't get it twisted. I still eat some ramen noodles today. Don't get it twisted, because that's my go-to when it's quick and I'm on the move. But I'm telling you, just seeing everything as a child and not being stable, not being able to experience certain things, I said I did not want to remain that way. I am the second individual in my family that started a business.
Wow.
My uncle was the first that I'm aware of that started a business. I'm the second. And when I told my mother I was starting my business in 2019, she told me I better get a job. Ooh. What you talking about? You better get a job. What business you starting? You better get a job.
Come
But
on,
all
help
of those
somebody.
things shape me.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
shape
yeah,
me.
yeah.
I've learned how to take these labels off. I want you to do this right now. I want you to think about it. If you close your eyes right now, think about any label that's been placed on you. Go ahead, just close your eyes. They're going to come like water. You know them right now. They told you
Mm,
couldn't. They told you was broke. They told you wasn't going to heal. They told you were
mm.
nasty. They told you didn't have what it takes. They rejected you. They did it all. You can hear it. You can see it. Now I want you to take all those labels and start taking them off. Stop peeling them off. Let's start taking
My
them
God.
off because that's not who you are.
Ooh.
That's not who you are. You are powerful. You are stronger than ever before. You
Yes.
didn't even know. Somebody needs your story. Somebody needs you to
Ooh.
go forward because there are things that have to happen that if they will not happen if you don't do it.
Ooh.
They won't happen unless we do it. If I don't speak about it, it won't happen. I was the underdog. I love underdogs because I've been an underdog my whole life. Nobody knew I was going to start a real estate firm or a real estate brokerage and turn it into an S corp. And now I'm almost a multi-million-dollar company.
Come
I'm
on, come
managing
on, come
assets.
on.
I manage assets, not emotions anymore.
Ooh. I
Okay,
can't
so
take it.
I know. I'm telling you, I know
Listen.
the truth.
My God, my God. Listen, Marissa in there in the comments, she like chills. I'm like, me too, chat, because I can't. Listen,
Queen,
man.
hey Marissa, hey baby. Listen,
Ooh.
that play bully touched me. That's why I had to be there.
Yeah.
That's why I had to be there because that is the truth. And
Yeah.
it's so real. When I think about the parents that make their kids go out there and fight when their children may
Mm.
not come back home, may not make it back home,
Come
we can't
on.
send our kids out there to fight. What we have to do is arm our kids with the word of God and remind them of who they are, building them up each and every day. So when you start meeting individuals, because bullies are individuals that have going through hurt and pain that they have not taken off their mask and started healing. You always
Yes.
hear hurt people, hurt people. Well, let's take it a little further. Scared people want to fight.
Yeah. That part. Come
Scared
on.
people want to fight. You always want to throw hands. Somebody say something because you don't know how to use your words and
Yep.
communicate that hurt. You
Yep.
don't know how to stopping and addressing every dog that's
My
barking at you
God.
so you can get to your destination.
My God. My God. That's the
You,
truth.
we
That is
can't do
the truth.
that.
Come on and help somebody. Ooh.
We
Ooh.
got
Ooh.
to take
Ooh.
it
Ooh.
off. We got to take it. We got to start demonstrating loving behavior to see the same thing the way you want to be treated is the way you want to treat other individuals. And remember that the person that you are looking for the most, you're looking at a name and a status. God said you don't need a name and a status. You just need true healing and somebody that's genuine. So
That's
tap
it.
into somebody that's genuine, that you can build a healthy, safe circle. Because I've gone through domestic violence. I've seen it all. I had the friends come and go. I've
Yeah.
been the exotic dancer. Everything was lit and fun then. When you start transitioning and changing, people start thinking you're funny acting, and you're not funny acting, but you're healing and you're growing.
Right.
When they throw your past up in your face, tell them yes, and there ain't nothing you can say about my past that I can't talk about because I'm telling you, it's gonna help the next person. I've
Right.
been flat out broke. In 2019, I was starting my company with no money. I was still working for somebody.
Come on and help somebody.
I started with one property. So if you don't know, I'm a real estate broker. So my hands, my hands are in a few areas. So I'm a real
Yeah,
estate
let me
broker.
tap in. Let me tap in to all the hands. All of the hands, the haves,
Come
the
on
twos,
in,
and
come on
all
in. Let me
that.
bring you in. So my company was called the PMs of the City. And then I had the PMs of the City Realty. I had an asset management, project management, and property management firm. And then I had a real estate brokerage. We operate in Maryland, DC, Virginia, and Georgia. Those are the 4 states that we operate in currently. We
Right.
just went through a name change, and now we've just changed the company name to Sable Edge. And that's because we're now an S Corp and we're growing and going into different areas. The reason why this is important for you and why I'm sharing it with you is because I needed to change the face of real estate. I needed to make sure individuals understood financial literacy. I needed to make sure individuals understood budgeting, the things that they didn't talk about in my household, things that we didn't understand as we were growing up. Being mentally well. We never sat at the kitchen table and said, how are you today? How are you genuinely? My mother was working 2 jobs and going to college. We didn't have that conversation.
Come
I
on.
had to learn how to cook and take care of myself. My mother made sure I could take care of myself. So if anything happened to her, if I was 5, 6 years old, I already knew how to wash clothes and cook for myself.
Let's go.
I learned how to be an adult very early, and a lot of our youth are doing that, and they're not allowed to be youth. But I'm telling our youth this right now that are going through it. Everything that you're going through today will be used to build you up. And
Yeah.
don't let that hold you back, but let that be your fuel and your motivator to say, I can't sit like this. Being broke is a privilege.
Ah,
Let me make that very clear. Being broke is a privilege.
let's
Sitting
go.
at home is a privilege because
Mhm.
you can't afford to do it. So it must be okay for you it's a privilege to be able to sit there and say, whoo, I can't do nothing. I'm just going to sit here. When is it going to change?
My God.
That's a
Help
privilege.
somebody.
I never had that privilege. I
I know
never
that's
had nobody was ever coming to save me.
Mm-mm.
I had no friends that was dropping off money paying my rent.
Right.
Car note was due. Food
Mm-hmm.
needed to be eaten. My mother helped me. I laid on my aunt's floor when I didn't have the money. I had to get a part-time job. I got a temp job. And
Yeah.
so I laid on my aunt's floor and kept praying, asking God how I was going to get out of here. How I was going to get out of here.
Wow.
It's going to change. And he opened up doors. And a lot of times the doors that he opens up are not the doors that you're thinking about. So I
Right.
went from nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Went from acting, from modeling to acting. Then I went into managing studios, working in New York with John Pallotta, Jen Lederer, talent managers and acting studios because I wanted to be in the craft. I wanted to do production work.
Mm-hmm.
I started building my resume up there. I was always acting. I've done a lot of acting and I'm SAG eligible. So I'm thankful for that. But then
Yes.
God said, let's evolve a little bit more. Let's go a little deeper. I had a lot of different ideas that I didn't know what I was going to do. So I started my production company, Malkia Relations, not doing TV and film productions but on the filming side, the producing side as of yet. At that time, I was doing more makeup, wardrobe,
Come
management
on.
of studios. Those are the things that I was doing. I wanted to work in the business of the business. I didn't have to always be in front of the camera.
Right. Right.
That's just not where I'm not always, I thrive in business. I thrive behind the camera, organization, management. That's what I do. So it evolved. Last year, 2024, I became an executive producer on 4 projects. I produced my first movie, you know? So
Let's
it has been
go.
amazing. My
Yeah.
own project. I co-created this with Taz Garcia and Sabia Agar. Bad Deals is our film. It's a short film, and it really takes you on a journey of the industry of how women face trafficking,
Yes.
sexual harassment in the industry,
Right.
trying to get out, trying to make something happen, and then also having to look at your values and say what it is that you're actually going to give up or not give up. And then the last component is how many Black women go missing and nobody comes and
My
looks for them.
God. That part. I was waiting for you to say it because woo.
They don't come
That
look
right
for us. How
there.
many of us are traveling? And this is another reason why we had to
Phew.
put this aspect in. I travel alone. I stay on the move. I can't
Yeah.
sit still. If I sit still for more than 3 months, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right.
It's
So
not right.
I be ready. But I travel alone and I have to be very safe. And that's what we touch on also because there's a lot of individuals that go missing. Human and sex trafficking is happening in our face,
In our
you
face.
know, in our
In
face.
our
You got some
face.
women that are turning you over to the devil themselves. It will bring you
Absolutely.
in. You are
Absolutely.
a part of the prize and you think that it's
Absolutely.
cute. Listen, you got to be careful. I thank God that I've seen both the light and the darkness, and I can go out and I can be very cautious and with
Right.
the right individuals to make sure that I get to come back home because I got work to do. People depend on me now.
Right. Right. That part. Come on and say
So
that because it is. Well, when you say it in our face, that thing is real right there. I mean,
it's
women trapping, creating friendships just
yes,
to trap other women in sex. It is real. So please be mindful. The people you connect with, all that's glitter and gold.
yes,
Please be safe. Be safe when
yes,
it comes to the connections and the things you are out here doing. Thank you so much for saying that.
yes. You will see
So,
that in Bad Deals. That's our short film. So
yes,
right
I
now we're
can't
still running
wait.
through. Y'all gonna see it soon, but right now we're still running through the film festival. So we became a semifinalist in the Los Angeles Film Awards. We won Best
Woo-hoo!
Short Film with the Toronto Film Festival. Both our Tabia Agard, myself, and Awesome Amin, Best Actors. Our trophy just came, so you are the first to
Yes,
actually see this.
put
It just
your face
came.
on the hot
So
mic.
so here we go. We're gonna do
Congratulations.
this together because I haven't opened this yet, but I said I know when we can pull this out. So we
Oh,
just got
this is
our first
amazing.
trophy.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Look at this.
indeed.
Listen, and more to come. I can't listen. I can't wait. I can't
So we
wait
got some
because
stuff coming. We coming.
we
So
got
now
it's levels to this thing.
it's levels to this. So that's the first one. So we are tied together because you are connected to my queen, producer, creator, Karen Broadway.
Yes.
So if
I
y'all have not heard
understand.
that
Listen,
Karen and Judith, those are my prayer
ma'am.
warriors, my family, my sisters. I love, oh my God, I'm so thankful.
We were just talking about her last night. Like my aunt is Denise Brasway. She's like, "Did you connect with her?" I said, "But I'm going to the movie, so I'm gonna see her." She was like, You have to. I said, but the person I'm interviewing is in the movie. She's like, wait, what? I said, when I tell you God do not play how he orchestrates things, isn't that
It is
something?
amazing. Trial by Fire is coming. So just so Trial by Fire is a feature film. We have sold out again. So
Whoop, whoop.
over 300 tickets have sold out. The premiere for
Yes.
Trial by Fire is in New
Come on.
York
And why?
on March 15th. Yes, sold out. The first time we sold out in a week. Tickets
I,
went up there, we sold out in a
I
week.
promise you, I went looking like, wait, time out. What happened?
It was
I couldn't
gone.
believe it.
We got another theater.
Woo.
So they got another theater now. We had 300 seats. They're sold out. We will have an after party. And Trial by Fire, I play the role of Pastor Mia. I
Right.
am the lead actress for in Trial by Fire. I am joined by an amazing star-studded cast. Vera Moore from Vera Moore Cosmetics.
More cosmetics.
Melba Moore.
Melba
So
Moore. The
the
Melba Moore.
Melba Moore.
Okay.
The Queen Melba
Okay.
Moore. Hollywood
Listen.
star
Oh
Melba Moore.
my goodness. Come on,
So
God.
I have and Barrymore plays my mom. And
Mm-hmm.
so in Trial by Fire, I am facing a few different things. Dealing with family legacy, which
Right.
is what I'm building right now, which is what
Come on.
helped me connect to Pastor Mia. She's trying to save a family legacy, and I'm building my own personal family
Come
legacy.
on.
So that was the first
The
time.
connection.
That was the first connection there. The second connection is in Trial by Fire, I have a son, and moms, you know how we love on our babies and we don't want to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see how I handle that.
Well, I
The
can't wait because
third,
I'm a boy mom.
we're going to see how I handle
Woo!
that. Now, the third situation really, really, really brought me into life because I have to navigate this whole love space. You know, the love space be a little bit difficult. It's a little bit
It's
complicated
tricky.
sometimes, especially when your hands are full and you're working and you're trying to make sure that you meet the right people. So I have a rule. And you'll hear about that rule at the movie when you all come. Not going to tell you
I
now.
will be there
But I
for
have a
sure.
rule, and I don't know if I'm going to break the rule or not. I have no clue. But yeah.
Let's go. Listen, congratulations on the sold out permit. Like when I tell you, I said, Tom, I'm emailing you. I said, hey, I need to take. What's going on here? Listen, God
Yes.
is good. I am excited for all of you. I can't wait to see this star-studded cast and you in your element. I am just in awe of all that is transpiring. It's just 2025 is not playing.
It's
This is
not.
the year for the taking, honey.
And we taking all
Stop
that. We
playing.
leaving nothing on the table.
That's
We're
it.
leaving nothing on the table. So now, as I continue to move more into the producer space, so I joined Brains Concept Studios
Woo
with
woo.
my king Dexter Brains and
Come
my
on,
queen
Dex
Dr. Tammy
Brains.
Rogers. They were on your show. You've interviewed them. You already know what to
Yes.
do. So now I've joined them as an executive producer. So I'm excited because of all the projects we have. So they had Night Hall. We just got back from the
Yes.
Denton Black Film Festival. Dexter was honored. They showed Night Hall there. He taught a class and we're moving and they're winning awards. So Night Hall is going through the film festivals. And now we're
Awesome.
filming the prequel to Night Hall, which is Night Hall Baltimore Siege. We're in production now. We've been filming for the last
Woo.
5 days. We got
Let's
another 5 days
go.
to go. So we're working on that. We finished Black Thunder for you. Black Thunder, the premiere for Black Thunder is going to be May 31st right here in the
Let's go.
DMV. So we have that coming for you. And then we submitted to a couple of other festivals. So the work is working. Dex and I are working on a project with an amazing artist. I'm not going to drop that information just yet because that's under wraps and key.
All
But we're
right, all
working on
right.
another project that I'm doing. And I have Informant. So I'm working with Mitch Cradle as one of his co-executive producers for Informant. I'm in that film as well. So the
Woo.
work is working.
The
The
work
work is
is
working.
working, boo. Listen, this is a no excuse zone. Y'all better catch on fire. Do you hear me? This woman has expressed she has been through trauma. She has been bullied. She has gone through all these things. She's been called names. She was a model. She pushed through so many barriers and she is here and continuing to push and to move. I am just overwhelmed. That's why I said I'm trying to figure out if she's superhuman because how? And
Super
all I
great.
can say is to God be all the glory,
All
okay?
of it. All
Like
of
you
it.
said, you still had a praying mother. She
Yes.
wasn't perfect. We don't have perfect parents, but they pray because
Oh,
they
my mother
pray to
was
a
praying.
perfect God, okay?
And that's why the prayer don't gotta be perfect because God already knew. My mother, it was hilarious. Let me tell y'all this story. I crack up every time I think about it. So I remember I was still working in the club, still an exotic dancer, and my mother called me one day. She said, I'm just believing that one day you're going to catch the Holy Spirit on the stage. I said, now, why would you? I said, now, you Patty. Now, Mom, why would you say that? She said, I'm just praying. I'm just praying. And it was a transition.
Oh
Somebody's
my.
thinking about right now, they're embarrassed because nobody knows that they are an exotic dancer,
Right, right, right.
that they're an entertainer. They are embarrassed because nobody knows about their past, but you're concerned about that coming out. Let
Come
me tell
on.
you something. Walk in it. In
Walk.
these heels, walk in it. You know why? Because
Mm.
I learned more business in the club than a little bit. The men taught me the
Well,
business. I learned a
come
lot of
on.
business. And what I know is that I'm telling that you can go from 6-inch heels
Mhm.
to 3 to 5 and 6-inch heels in a stiletto in a corporate mindset, in a corporate setting. You can start your own. You already know how to count money. You
Yeah,
already
come
know how to run
on.
a business because you are your business. You are an entrepreneur. Now take that money and invest it in some real estate. Invest it in something so you can come out, because that was a praying process. I was
Yeah.
praying and asking God, I need a job. I need income that's going to allow me to transition out of the exotic dance world without putting me in the hole.
Right, right,
So
right.
then I started managing properties. And so I was
Mm.
still dancing and managing properties. I was doing both worlds. That's why I tell them I got street smarts and I got corporate smarts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm a very, very much blended. I don't do boxes. I'm politically incorrect. I tell you the truth. I
Mm-hmm.
am a true New Yorker. There is no
Mm-hmm.
fluff.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it is okay. Where you are today is not where you are tomorrow. And some individuals
Yes.
love dancing. Some individuals are
Yeah.
not going to stop dancing. This is what I'm asking you to do, Queen King. Our fellas is out there dancing. Invest that money. Don't
Yes.
stay out here trying to be fly with all the bags, trying to do all the trips and post all of it. Invest that money. Start
Come
stacking
on.
that money and save it, because at some point in time, you got to be able to retire.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, please tap into that because I really want people to understand, especially with all that's going on in the world. I don't even want to speak it because I'm very mindful of words have power. I don't even want to speak the details. We all know.
Yeah.
Please express how vital it is to not just invest, but to make sure you are tapped in some way, shape, or form into real estate.
Ooh, real estate is the most lucrative form of stability that you will have. You will not always have a heavy cash flow, but you have assets that you
Right.
can liquidate if necessary. The reason why I found the real estate to be important, and a lot of people think that it's about just the sales. I don't make my money just from sales. I manage assets. Remember, I told you that I manage over $2 million in assets.
Right.
2 million in assets. I'm paid every single month from all of our clients. I'm heavy into the advocacy. I'm heavy into politics in regard to the laws and the legislations that have come out. The reason that I enjoy real estate is because housing is always going to be a need. It's an essential need.
Right. Right. Right.
So that's why it's important. Real estate is the only investment that you can invest in today, and in 5 or 6 years you can make 20,000. Maybe it may jump depending on how the market is.
Right.
It's been very, very rough for a lot of individuals. When you're purchasing real estate, and this is what I say also, it's a beautiful idea for you to be able to purchase real estate. I'm not going to tell you and lie to you like everybody else has and say you can buy a house and pay the same amount and that you pay for rent, for mortgage, because that's not the case.
Right.
It's the way that things are working right now, especially with the interest rates. Your mortgage for about a $300,000 to $400,000 a month of a house is going to be anywhere from 3 to 4,000, depending on how much you're putting down.
Right.
You can look at different programs. You can get the down payment assistance. You can get the closing cost help. After you do that, after you get all that help and you have that mortgage each and every month, I want you to tack on, these are things that we got to add on: utilities, electric, gas, water. I want you to
Yes.
also have a budget for maintenance, because there is no more calling the maintenance guy. You got to be able to take care of your own stuff. Your HVAC system is going to run you about 6 to 7 thousand just to have that installed. Now, you may have a light that goes out. You may have a toilet that gets clogged. And this is you. I just got into my new house, y'all. I'm in my new house and I
Oh,
love my home.
congratulations.
Thank you. I love my town. I love my house. It's
Yeah.
4 levels. I thought I was excited. And I
Mhm.
got that damn going electric bill because I got an all electric house. Got that electric bill, baby, in January. You know how cold it was? I said, this is disrespectful. I called my HVAC technician because I had a brand new system. I said, what did you do to my system? My bill is sky high. This is not correct.
This ain't
This
it.
ain't it, and I don't like it. I called my mom. I said, Mom, this. She said, mm-mm. So I tell you this, you got to be ready because I was ready. I was ready. You want to make sure that you're ready. The reason that you want to buy a home is because that 5% and even 10%, that's what I've seen in the last 2 years. They've done a rental increase from anywhere from 5 to 10%. That is anywhere from $100 to $200 increase every single year that you're doing. You can put that money into your house. So you saying, Shenetta, how am I buy a house when I can afford this amount and I don't have the money to start saving towards the house? Well, yes, you do. Because I want you to put $100 a month towards your house. I want you to run your credit report. So it's a process.
Right.
If you're not ready today, take yourself and put yourself in a position to be ready.
Yes.
Stop buying your kids cars when they're going off to school and put that money aside and buy a property for them and rent it out to the other college kids that's going to be in that area and make money.
Come on.
So all them houses that you see around the area near the colleges, you know how much it costs to stay in the dorm. I know how much it costs when I had to go to college and stay in the dorm. Buy a house, rent the rooms out, hire me to manage your property, and now you can pay for your child's education, and it becomes their property. Turn it over to them. If you can't buy a property by yourself, who is the best friend that you're renting a house from right now? Who is somebody that you are solid with that has a good mindset that you go all and invest and buy a property together?
Right.
Come together. Purchase the property together and then use it as an investment opportunity for you both to get a build up. Buy an investment property, because I tell you what, it's a process. You have to have money set aside. Do you know how much you spend each month in all your expenses?
That part.
What are you looking for? What are your goals? What do you want to do and how do you get there? Well, we can help you. You can reach out to me. So now it was the PMs of the city, but now we are Sable Edge Management.
So
that went into effect. Yes, thank you. So we have merged.
So where did Sable Edge come from? The name.
Sable Edge, shout out to Rhea that is my PR and my marketing team at Agency 1408, Rhea, Destiny, DJ, Corey. Thank you. Make sure I got all 4 of my queens on there. Thank you all, Agency 1408. So when I met with them, I needed new branding. I needed to go into new branding. I'm doing more speaking engagements, and the PMs of the city was something that I started saying in 2015, saying, remember the name, you'll see it more often. That's what I named my company. And it was the heart of who I am. And so Sable Edge was created by Agency 1408. They gave us our new name. They said, we're changing your name. I was like, okay. And then when they told it to me, they laid it out for me, I could really see that it was necessary. So so a lot of people want to say that they have a Black company without saying that it's Black. Well, if you look up the word Sable, Sable is Black. Sable, taking a step further, Sable is also luxurious. It's a fur. It's a sable. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, they knew I was Black and I was luxurious. And they knew I love a good fur. Oh,
let's go.
Yes.
I love when it makes sense, honey. Come on.
It made sense. So the PMs of the city is who we are. All of my team members, we are PMs of the city. We are property managers, project managers of the city. Any city we step into, we're going to run that city. We're going to know the laws. We're going to know the legislation. We're going to tell you how to be successful. We're going to reposition your properties. We're going to help you purchase properties. We're going to tell you the honest truth. My agents are no joke. I have 7 women under me that are a monster. Okay?
Let's go.
Sabia, a God, is my right hand. So when they talking to Sabia, I tell them all the time, when you talking to Sabia, it's like you're talking to me. So make sure you give her respect all day long. But I love taking individuals and giving them the truth because I didn't have nobody teach me this.
Right. So you're not.
That's the key. I had nobody teach me this. When I started hearing about things, when I lost my job, I lost my job for some nonsense because I wouldn't play the political games they wanted to play. After I just had one property manager of the year, I turned around, lost my job, was getting unemployment, went to church. A church member said I was practicing for special prayer. That church member happened to be the person I was praying with. She actually talked to me about what I did. I told her what I did. She said that you can come do that for my company. She was a real estate broker. I didn't know anything about becoming a real estate agent. It was spoken over me at the time I was 16 by my youth pastor that said, Shenetta, you should be selling houses. I see you selling houses. I was 16 years old. I knew nothing about it. I had no idea. At 34 years old is when that came to fruition. And now I got another church member telling me, you leaving money on the table. That's when I said, oh.
Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on, light bulb.
I left money on the table. Half. So then she told me, you need to become a real estate agent. So I became a real estate agent. I partnered with somebody that had over 20 years of experience because I always wanted my own brokerage. I wasn't staying under anybody building their empire and not building my own. Remember, I'm building legacy. I got a daughter and 3 grandkids. I need them to have legacy.
Yes.
I need them to be able to have a stable environment. They don't live the life that I live. They don't go through things. There is no in their lives.
Right.
Unless it's a necessary no. There is no. There is no I can't. Yes, we can. But what is the purpose of it? What are you earning? So we give things out of respect and out of their rewards. It's out of love.
Right.
So that's what all that came about. But I want to make sure that I had something to leave this earth. And the person I partnered with, I started with a partner that I thought was going to be able to help me on the real estate side while I focus on the property management side. They had real estate locked. I had property management locked. Let's come together and grow.
Yes.
They thought it was a joke. They didn't realize it. See, I tell y'all this now. Everybody want to be a property manager, want to know how you live this lifestyle. It is work.
It's work.
It is a lot of work. We work our behinds off. We deal with emergencies. You don't want those phone calls. I'm going to court. I'm having the hard conversations. I'm telling the hard truth.
Right.
I'm the person that would tell the people, leave. You don't want to pay rent? That's fine. Leave.
Yeah.
Don't want to be an adult? Leave. But you can't stay there. You don't want to clean your house? Leave. It's a problem for the rest of my residents. You don't want to do right? Leave. Leave. And I'm also the one that tell the city council members that you can't pay everybody's rent. People have to learn how to become self-sufficient, give them more opportunities so they don't have to just sit there and wait for a check every month or wait for you to pay their rent, because here's what's going to happen.
Come on.
The new administration that's in here, everybody that's on Section 8 vouchers, and my mother had a voucher too, so don't get it twisted. I'm from the projects.
Okay.
Okay, I'm from Rochdale. Okay.
Go.
Okay, so don't play. I was born in the Rochdale Clinic. Don't play.
Come on. Make it plain for them.
We done. Listen, I clean up very, very well. They used to call me the ghetto princess.
Let's get it.
So I had to learn how to be a chameleon. But I'm telling you this: if they snatch the programs from you, if they take the housing programs for you, because individuals cannot get the help that they need, no one should be sitting on a voucher for your entire life. The way the system is designed right now, if you have a voucher or you're in public housing and your child turns 18, now they can ask for their own voucher, split it. They bump everybody else that's on the waiting list. And that's why people are waiting 10, 15, 20 years for assistance that they could have got when they really needed it back then. You calling somebody else now. So when I met with the Secretary of HUD under the former administration, I asked them, transitional housing, individuals are only allowed to stay there for 3 years and they have to transition out. Why are we not doing a 10 or 15-year plan with someone else?
Well,
why are we giving individuals the opportunity to sit there and then they're scared? So this is why I tell you that I really want you to do better for yourselves, because you are scared to go out and get a job or learn a new skill because you don't want them to increase your portion of the rent.
Come on.
I understand.
I'm gonna throw my shoe.
I understand. You don't want them to increase. You know they got that's only 30%. And you know if you get the job today, you got to do an interim recertification immediately. And they take that up immediately. And if you don't report it, we're gonna run the EIV and we're gonna find out your business. And now you got to do a repayment plan. You don't want that. Or you can lose your voucher. You don't want that smoke.
Come on.
But what I want you to do is I want you to start asking. So this is my recommendation to a lot of the congressmen and a lot of the council members that I meet with. Set up a better system and a plan. And give individuals, if a person is recertifying and doing an interim recertification today, they just got new income, let them sit with that new income for a minimum of 6 months. They have to go through 90 days to make sure they're going to stay on the job, one. That's why you have so many individuals starting a job and then they find out how much their rental port is going to be because of the new job and they quit.
They quit. Yeah.
Oh, no, I ain't paying all that. I'm going to sit still. I'm going to get them pay my rent. I'm going to go ahead and get these food stamps. I'm going to get this TCA. But here's did you know this? They're proposing a $260 million cut for HUD. That's what the new administration's doing. I just read the article last week.
Sound the alarm, folks.
$260 million cut. That's going to affect vouchers. That would affect Section 8. If you think that the government is going to take care of you forever, you're sadly mistaken. I don't care if it's Republican, Democratic, I don't care. Independent. The bottom line is the government is here to be a help, not a crutch.
That's it.
And if they can't fix their own issues, our own issues, what makes you think at the very bottom that they're generally going to consider you?
Yeah.
So this is what you got to do. You got to start looking for the programs. You have self-sufficiency programs in every single housing authority. Sign up for it.
Let's go.
You get the financial literacy. Take the class. They also have programs in some of the housing authorities, and some people weren't taking advantage of them, where you can use your voucher towards purchasing a home.
I heard this. I keep
What
hearing
you
it. I'm
waiting
like,
for?
what's y'all excuse?
What's
I had to get through the mud.
your nails cute? Your kids got the fresh shoes. Your baby daddy, your boyfriend, your husband, they in the house, they ain't paying nothing. They living off of your voucher. Ladies, please stop letting these men come living in your house off of your voucher.
Ma'am, I'm about to throw my shoe. What?
I'm gonna tell y'all to stop letting these individuals live in your house.
Talk to them.
Adults.
Enough is enough.
Living off of your voucher and not contributing and don't have no plans and staying with you. Close your legs. You're not McDonald's. You're not 24 hours.
Come on and talk to them. Tight, but it's right.
Stop. A lot of people see me, they think that I'm outside and I'm very active. I'm very much celibate and very much happy and quiet because my body is my temple. Stop accepting toxicity.
Come on.
Into your house, into your bed, into your business, into your friendships.
All nobody acting crazy.
Your housing is important.
Yeah.
Your housing is important. You got to make sure you're stable. The people that you're dealing with, if they don't have a pot to piss in the window to throw it out of, what makes you think they're going to care about yours?
Right.
And you cannot be everybody's crutch. You're not God. You're supposed to give people direction and guidance. You cannot hold their hand and help them do everything.
Yes.
The guy, what the man say around the pool that I couldn't walk, I've been trying to get up. And what God said, get up.
Yep.
Sit down. And that's Dope thing. He's like, yes, I like that part. That's my teacup, your Sit down, man.
He know. He said she talking right because listen, it's giving, get it together and do better.
And we have to.
There's too much out there now. We have too many people that we have that care enough to be like, I will educate you if you want it, but I'm not gonna force you. I'm not gonna force you to bless you, honey. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta put the work in.
I put my own work in.
You know what I'm
saying? I did my own work. I did my own work. I continue to do my work.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for that.
I really want you to be okay. I want you to know that you don't have a reason to sit stagnant.
Right.
Life is not stagnant. Life is not stop. And nothing, I don't care what it is, nothing, everything starts with a step, a seed of faith, just a mustard seed.
Yeah.
He said yes. God lit up one staircase, and as I took that one staircase, he lit up another one. Yeah. And he lit when I took that step and I said, God, I don't know how. I'll give you a full transparent situation that just happened. We just picked up our first HUD property, so now we manage properties for HUD. Our first 147 senior property in DC, historic property. I'm brand new to it. Okay, brand new to it. Thank you. And so with HUD, we have to do an affirmative fair marketing plan. Never did one in my life.
Come on, help somebody.
When I had to go through this process and I'm looking at it, and I read the paper and I'm going through, I'm like, okay, so now I have to learn how to read a census map. Do you know that there are maps that they can tell you how many individuals by race, ethnicity, income status? They got that online. You know why the census send those postcards? I know why they do it now. They track all of that and it's online. So if you're ever considering where should you move, if you want to move to somewhere else and you're concerned about the activities there, I have the website. You can send me a message. I'll send it to you. I'll show you how to read. When I looked at one city because I was being nosy. But when I found out how to do it, I got it done, y'all. But this is what they do. They have us fill this out because they want to know what races and ethnicities that we need to target marketing to for our property that don't live there. They really want to make sure they understand. I'm working in now the development space. So now I'm getting ready to develop my first property. So we need to understand who lives where as to where the need of housing is. This is what this is used for. Where is housing? There are only 14 senior and elderly affordable housing communities in the entire District of Columbia. Where do we build? This is what this is for.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So this is what this is for. But when I looked at one city, I saw that for blacks, it was it was 1,116 blacks that lived in this one area. Mm-hmm. Then I looked at our sister area that was supposed to us. So we had over 50,000 individuals that were black in that area. When I looked at some of the incidents that happened in some of those secluded areas.
Come on. Come on.
Just look into you want to know where you're moving at? Go look at the data.
Well,
So there's a website. I told you I would give it to you. Check it out. Know where you're moving to.
know where you listen, do
You
your
know, if people are trying to
research.
figure out where they starting businesses, they can tell you how much money they make in this area, where you want to, where you want to work, where your business at.
Yeah, you gotta
Who you
be
want to market to.
strategic. You
So I
gotta
know how to
know.
do that now. But I shared that with you because it was something that was very difficult for me. And I submitted this to the to HUD 3 times, y'all. And they sent it back, said no.
Whoa. Come
No.
on.
And then the administrator, because he knows that my management firm is new to HUD.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, use this link. God will put people right there
Come on.
that was to show you how to do it. When I tell you, I read the
I
email,
felt that.
they literally gave me a link, said, use this,
Mm.
do this,
Mm.
click this.
Like this.
God will set it up properly.
He will orchestrate it all.
God
You
has
just
put me in.
have to
You don't have to do
be
nothing.
open.
I didn't do it. I did not become International Miss USA in 2021
Come
because I
on.
forced it. God did it.
Come
I
on.
don't have any of the titles. I don't have 4 honorary doctorate degrees
Mhm.
sitting on my wall because I did it. God
Well,
did it.
yeah.
God
Come
did
on.
it. God did it. I don't have the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award on my wall because I did it. God did it.
Come on.
So when people and they don't want to
Covered.
address me as Dr. Shenetta, I tell you this: I won't address you. I won't let you speak to me if you can't address me properly because I know
Well,
the work that God has done in my life,
yeah. Yeah.
and He has so much more to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never discredit anything that God has given me. Stop discrediting what God has given you because you're concerned about what somebody else has to say about you. If I
Oh,
can leave you with anything else tonight, I want you to know that you are more than enough. And you hear people say that. And the reason I want you to know that you're more than enough is because there's more inside of you for you to do.
yeah.
There is so much more inside of you that if you come out of your shell, take off these masks,
Take off the
take
mask.
off this hurt, take off this pain, and
Yes.
step into a newness. Because sometimes you got to step into it with nothing. I told God I
Ooh.
wanted all new things and goodness. All new
Come
things.
on.
Let's
Come
go,
on.
Patrick. New, everything
Everything
new.
new,
Hey,
new. Yeah.
that's all I want. Is I want all new things. I don't want a lot of
Yes.
friends. You want stability over status.
Yeah.
You want to take your mask off. You
Mm-hmm.
want to walk in your truth. You want to stay in your purpose and let God build a fence around you that can't nobody tear down, no matter what.
No matter what. Boom. Listen here. Come on in here. Listen, one thing. One life saved is one life given.
Mm-hmm.
Please
Empowerment.
tap into that for me because this was the part that got me emotional. You understand what I'm saying? That got me emotional because I know you glossed over it. You mentioned being raped and
Mm-hmm.
you also mentioned being what you needed.
Mm-hmm.
So can you just kind of give us something there connected to the organization,
Yes.
Empowerment Essence? Can you just tap into
Yes.
that?
So Empowerment Essence is my nonprofit organization. I started in 2014 when I first became Ms. Baltimore, United States. I needed a platform to connect and volunteer while I was entering the pageant world, in the pageant industry. I reached out to several organizations and I didn't get a response back. My platform for the pageant industry was anti-bullying and suicide prevention because I lost my best friend Gia Alamard that was on the TV show The Bachelor to suicide.
Wow.
And when I lost Gia to suicide, it broke me because we started modeling together
Mm-hmm.
2007, 2008. I was the only African American model amongst multiple different women. I'm always in a circle where sometimes I'm the only Black person in the room, and I like it. I'm
Right.
fine with that now. I
Right.
used to scare the heck out of me, but
Mm-hmm.
now I'm okay.
Yeah.
Um, but I lost Gia to suicide, and it broke me. It took me into my own suicide attempt and brought it back to remembrance that I had not shared with anyone. My first suicide attempt, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my former roommate, Tondalea Dunn.
Yes, God.
Thank you, Tondi. I love you.
Thank you, huh?
I'm thankful for Tandy. I'm thankful for the police officer that in the hospital, when she asked me, do you think that what you're going through is worth taking your life? And she didn't let me answer. It was the toughest love she ever gave me. She told me no. I was going through a breakup at that time with my girlfriend, and we had been together for 5 years. I attached myself to people.
Right.
So when you are going through different things and you don't know who you are and you've gone through different experiences, sometimes you become, it's that I was very dependent. Codependency is real.
Yes.
But it was deeper than that. I didn't become codependent, man. I became your shadow. Where you going? I'm you.
Yeah.
I can't be with you. I couldn't function without him. I couldn't do it. And I am sorry I apologize to my ex-girlfriend at the time that I was with because I demonstrated domestic violence behaviors towards her. And she couldn't get out my house one night. And when she got out my house, when she finally got out, that's when I attempted suicide because she wanted to leave me. And I couldn't take it.
Right.
I had a young woman have to jump out of my window because I was so broken.
Wow.
That's the only way she can get away from me. And when she jumped out the window and left, that's when I attempted suicide. I was 27 years old.
Wow.
I lived right in Hyattsville, and that was the first attempt. Didn't speak to anybody about it. And then when I became...
No one knew. No one knew. Wow.
No one found out about that first suicide attempt until I was 34, 2014, and I won Miss Baltimore. And individuals asked me what my platform was, and I started my nonprofit. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I had no money. I reached out to, like I said, organizations to try to volunteer. They wouldn't help me. They wouldn't let me volunteer. They didn't get back to me. I found one organization here in Maryland called Speak. It was started by Lisa Herker Covington. That is my that's my partner. I thank her. That's my mentor.
Yeah.
I thank you, Lisa. Lisa gave me the seed money to start Empowerment Essence. She paid for it.
I got chills. Come on, God.
She asked me to take over Speak because I shared with her my story. She shared me with her story. And so I said I did not want another person to die by suicide and no one not know their name or their story.
Woo.
So I said that I would start speaking and I would start volunteering and I would start giving back. And the way that I was able to do this was starting Empowerment Essence. And God gave me the tag. God gave me the name for it. I didn't know. I didn't know we were going to be growing that large. I didn't know that we would still be doing the work that we're doing. I am a certified suicide prevention clinician. I teach individuals how to identify individuals that are facing suicide ideation. It's called Safe Talk. So we do that with Empowerment Essence.
Yeah.
I have youth conferences, Fully Free, Beautiful Me, each year. We didn't do it this year for our youth ages 7 to 16 to make sure they understand who they are and we take the mask off. We have mental health events for both women and men. For my men, it's Kings with Purpose because all our kings have purpose. It's just that sometimes it was stripped from them and they didn't realize who they were.
Right.
And then our Crown Check 1212 events for our queens because we got to check our own crowns.
Yeah.
And sometimes we tell women, don't check my crown, I'll check my own crowns. Well, sometimes I found that I couldn't even lift my hands. I was so depressed and so messed up that I didn't even know my crown was adjusted. I was walking around like I was okay, and I was a mess.
Right.
I was a grown mess, a grown woman that was a mess. And I ain't had my stuff together. And I was intimidated very easily. And I was very fearful. And I was already told that I wasn't enough. And they already had rejected me several times.
Right.
And they already had pushed me out and said, no, I was done.
Right.
And people see me today and they still don't understand. They see the face, they see a body, but they don't know that in these heels is a healed woman, a grace-filled woman that will gladly tell you no with no regard because I've worked too daggone hard on getting healed.
Yes.
That I don't allow other individuals to tear me back down. Gone in 60 seconds or less.
Well,
So one life saved and one life given is just this. If I can save one life, If I can impact just one life, that one life is going to impact another life.
Yes.
And that life is going to impact another life. And now I got a series of lives that have been saved and healed and are empowered to continue to live and not die in their pain.
That's it.
So if you need help, if you want to have the conversation, if you want to take off the building blocks that life has put on top of you from the time you was a child to your teenage years, to your young adult years, because we got grown women that are 40, 50, and 60 years old that have not healed. You're not confident, Queen. You're broken.
Oof. Come on and talk your talk.
You think that the way that you treat people, that arrogance, that brokenness, you have to heal that, darling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heal that so that you can build genuine relationships. You're not nasty. This is just the way I am. No, it's not. Girl, somebody taught you life, and you said, I'm going to fight. You better not come near me. Y'all seen the fight this weekend? Roach beat him up. Roach won that fight. He was an underdog. He was an underdog. And he showed up and showed out.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
God. I love an underdog. I was an underdog. And so I had people tell me, why are you always talking about being an exotic dancer? Why are you always talking about your suicide attempt? Because somebody needs it.
Come on.
Because somebody needs to know that they can heal, grow, step, and still be who God called them to be. They didn't know that God was still with you while you was in the club. How you think I made it home every night?
Come on. Hey. Hello.
How you think I was doing private parties and I ain't getting raped at a party? I didn't
Come
get
on.
snatched up. There was a grace over me. I had to go through that so that God could use me to talk to other individuals.
Yes.
Yes, I stood there. To go through the things that we go through as exotic dancers when we step on a stage, to show the world our everything, like that is our end all be all, and to find out that that's the least thing that somebody could take.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
My body was it's a temple. You can look at the body all day long, but it's what's in the body and in the heart and the mind that you genuinely have to connect with.
That's it. That's
So
it.
we're not talking about no textbook stuff. It's going to be okay. You don't have to change. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do, boo.
Because you are underestimating your own life and legacy because there's more to you and more in you. Now, some of you have gone through sexual abuse, and that's why you have led the life that you live, and I recognize that too.
Right, right.
But I want you to know that beyond every man or woman that has gone inside of you and taken you and stripped you, may God restore you and fill you back up with the trueness of who you are, the trueness of the power of his love for you, the grace that is for you. Now, I know everybody don't praise God and don't serve God. Let me tell you something. I'm only here by the grace of God. That's all I know. That's all I know.
That's it.
That's all I know. And what I also know is that this is your year to thrive. No more. We had crown check 1, 2, 1, 2, the pity party, the purpose. We've gone from our pity party. Y'all finished crying? Everybody finished crying? Y'all finished having a fit? He left. He gone. She left. She gone. The kids acting up. It's okay. You got to keep praying over them. The bill's going to be due every single month. You finished having a pity party? The friends weren't friends. The friends wasn't friending. Okay. They didn't like your post. Okay. They didn't give you the promotion at the job. Okay. We had the pity party. We had it. We identified what we don't like, but we can't stand. What do you want now? Let's do the work. Let's have the pity party. Write down with your pity. What's up? What's bothering you? Now identify why it bothers you. Now identify what you want different from it.
Right.
Now identify the first 3 steps you have to take to get to the goals you want to get to.
Right. Right.
And don't worry about how long it takes you to get there. Take step 1.
Right. Oof. Just start.
And sometimes you're going to do this alone, and I'm going to tell you why you got to do it alone. Remember, I told you, if you have a problem that you can just go to somebody about, it's not a problem.
It's not a
The problem is one that you can only go to God about.
Come on. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
Oh,
and you got to go to God about it, because here's the thing. I told y'all I was broke. I'm also debt free.
Yeah. Well, mic drop.
I got a car note that I got to pay off, and I got my house that I'm going to pay. And I believe in God going to pay this thing off in 2 to 3 years.
Come on. Come on and speak it.
My car will be paid off this year.
Come
Paid off
on.
in
Let's
3
go.
years. Bought the car in 2000. Yeah, 4 years. It's been 4 years
Let's
old. My
go.
car 4 years old.
Let's go. Let's
It's a
go.
2019. Yes, 4 years old.
Come on.
So I brought it in. So it'll be paid off. But it's been a process. I
Yeah.
had to cut some things off.
Mm.
I had to cut some people off. I don't go out as much as I used to because, and I thank God that if I did not stop going out and going to sit over my friend's house and partying every weekend, I wouldn't have had the energy to do what I needed to do. I can't
Right.
afford to do that.
Right.
Some
Right.
people can afford to go get another job. I can't afford to let this go. This is it.
This
This
is
is the
it.
only plan I have.
Yes.
I'm
Come
not,
on with
I'm
the
not going
plan
back.
A, no plan B.
No plan B.
Let's go.
I've
Let's
sold
go.
life insurance. I've sold health insurance. I've won top producer awards. I'm in the place where God called me. I asked God if I could run my own companies, manage properties, start my own nonprofit, help individuals live and not die by suicide, produce TV and film. He's given it all to me.
All of it. All of it. That one vision board. I want to go back to that because some of y'all came on late. The one vision board. She's
I'm
still
gonna
on.
take y'all. So we're gonna take a walk. I need to make sure y'all understand because I believe that a lot of people talk about stuff that's not true.
Come on. Well, listen, I'm
I'm just
going to
going.
throw my shoe at this
I'm
phone.
just I'm just gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. Y'all just
Tell the
bear with me.
truth and
That's
the
why people
devil.
drive. That's why I drive people crazy most of the time, y'all, because I tell the truth and I have no
Listen,
filter.
I am going to, girl, I always say people bug at me because I'm a truth teller and I am okay about it.
That's fine. Keep telling the truth. So here we go.
Ooh, look at that.
That's the PMs of the city. That's when I started. That was my logo when I first created it.
Come on, y'all.
I want 5 million in assets. I want 20 years in business. This was the original budget that I had that I exceeded.
Look
I
at
made
this.
more than that. Last year I hit over
Ah,
200,000, y'all.
come on.
Much space.
Ooh.
So everything, I'm still checking stuff off.
She's still circling and oof.
I still
I
got things
love
to do.
this. That is for
I've
somebody.
done a lot. There's empowerment essence, you all.
Oh my goodness.
There's my Lotus. So my dream car is the Lotus.
Come on.
I started Bully Free Beautiful Me. I said yes to success, yes to my health. I moved past my trauma. I
Come
want to get
on.
married on the beach.
All right.
My my husband got to be like this. I got to be able to relax. I got to be able to relax. You see, I got to be relaxed.
Okay.
And okay. And that's the building that I want when I have stable. And now that we started Stable Edge, that's the ultimate corporate office that I want.
Come on and speak it.
I'm still working.
The one
I'm
vision
still
board,
working.
y'all. This is the point. The one vision board. Do you understand me? Do you understand all that she faced? All that she even owned, being transparent just to help others. She realized she had to be who she needed to other people. She realized she had to own some of the things that she did not do right. She realized that even the prayers of the mama was covering her all these years. The prayers of the mama and her prayers to her child and her child and her children as a grandmother. All of these things, God does not take us through these things for naught. So if you are going through something and you want more, tap in. Because
Tap
one
in.
of the things, when I asked her about the real estate situation, I love everything that she went into because it's all connected to us self-evaluating. You got to own your stuff to get to the next level. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm just thankful because I promise you, I said, God, lead me through this conversation because I don't want to get emotional. I am emotional, but the tears haven't come. We'll do that after, okay? But the transparency, the authenticity, the genuineness. And I could tell that you really want people to win because people who want people to win don't mind sharing this story. They don't
Mm-mm.
mind saying the shame had me in bondage, but I'm not in bondage anymore.
Come on.
Because what I went through is going to free you. So I'm going to tell you the truth. You're better than this.
I gotta tell you the truth. Some people want to lie to you. People don't want to tell you the truth. They want to give you a little bit of their story. I just look at it this way. You can fact check me. I mean, you can fact check me.
Right,
My name was
right.
Isis.
Let's go.
I was the almighty Isis. And so
Yes.
you can fact check me. But what I will tell you is this. Don't get so caught up in the past because my future is not tied to my past, and my past don't look nothing like my future. But what I used in the past and what I've seen in the past, I can identify in another individual. And I thank God for that. It really does not matter where you come from. It really does not matter any of that. It does not matter how you start. It matters how you finish and how you continue to play the game.
That's it.
You are continuing to grow and heal and evolve. That is the key. Continue to heal, grow, and evolve. Continue to set the boundaries. Continue to go to therapy. Get the help that's necessary. And remind yourself that you owe it to yourself. And a lot of things that you're worried about, God has already taken care of. So we stay in the finished works of what he has done. And I know that it don't look like you finished. You're like, Shenetta, what are you talking about? He finished it already. I used to talk to my wallet. My pastor told me to do it. So World Changers Church, Atlanta, Georgia. That's my home church. I am a world changer. Dr. Creflo and Dr. Taffy Dollar, those are my pastors. I love them. I've grown. I've learned the word of God for myself and built my own relationship. But my pastor told me to do this. He was talking about it because I always say this thing. Here's your vision board. Here's the start of your new vision board. I'll add this to yours. I'll never be broke another day in my life.
That's it. Boom.
I've been saying that for the past 3 years. I ain't broke no more.
Say what you mean what you say. Listen, words have power. Listen, this ain't a word, honey.
It's not a word. I had to sow the seeds. I took all my bills. I know you got to walk by faith. Remember, I told you something. My seed took all my bills. I put them in a plastic bag. I prayed over, and I told God, God will make bills disappear.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever called and had a bill and they tell you your balance is zero?
Yes, they be like, "Oh, that's taken care of." You like, "I'm sorry, wait, what? How? When? Wait, what?" Yes,
That's happened to me twice. I didn't know. When I first heard, I was like, that sounds insane.
He will do it.
Until it happened to me.
He will do it.
God gave me one contract that God gave me one contract that pays more than everything that I managed. This year we will surpass what we did in 2024.
Come on.
And I don't look, and when I go into places, and this is for my business owners, my ladies, my kings, listen, banking while Black is rough. A lot of people still don't respect and recognize that I own the business. Mm-hmm. When I tell them I'm the owner, they put me through the ringer. Mm-hmm. So I see it. Yeah. Don't get discouraged in your business. You keep on thriving.
Yes, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
They don't got to see it. And stop explaining yourself to people that are just not going to see you because they already have their mindset. You can't change their mindset. You keep doing stuff trying to change somebody's mindset about you that they have no intention on ever changing. No matter if you do good, bad, excellent, you can become the next president. They still going to think what they're going to think.
Listen. If y'all ain't getting nothing, she's showing up talking to me. Okay? Show enough. Ooh. Listen.
So that's, all I can tell you is win. Win.
That's right. So win.
Heal. Yes. Take these masks off. Give yourself the grace that is necessary. Absolutely. And know that no matter what it looks like, you already got a greater help on your other side.
That's it. God got you. Woo! That's how we gonna close this thing out. Because listen, you went everywhere you needed to go. I barely even looked at my question because for what? You know what I'm saying? For what? So, but I do want you to let the people know how they can find you. Yes, in every area. I know you're an author. I know you have a book. You have all these different things, but I want them to be, because the people, and this is what I love. I'm looking at the people that's commenting, people that I actually pray for. So I know they needed to be on this live.
Amen.
Do you hear me? So please, ma'am, first of all, share. You have the different movies coming out. You can share, promote whatever you need to promote right now.
I love you. Thank you. First and foremost, thank you so much for allowing me to be able to share with you, your audience, and allowing me the opportunity just to let God use me. Thank you. So first, I just thank God for you and just increasing everything that you are doing. I know that you have a lot on your plate and you are growing and you are a mover. So I just thank God for the favor and the increase over everything that you do. Everybody that comes and is associated with you will start to increase and they will start seeing it. not going to be a long-term process. They're going to see it. They're going to experience it. Every time you speak to somebody, their business is going to elevate. Every time that you go out, you're going to start being booked for different things. You keep showing up and showing out the way that you do, because that's what we need. Everybody wants to be a podcaster and wants to have a show, but there's a difference when you're coming and bringing purpose and healing and education to the forefront. Some people talking about garbage. You ain't got no garbage here, Queen. This is nothing but the truth.
Yes, God.
Nothing but the truth.
Thank
So
you.
how do you all follow me? First of all, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to our queen right here. I need y'all to do that first. If you are right here on this live right now, I want you to hit like, subscribe, hit the YouTube, like, subscribe, and then share it to 2 of your friends. Because remember, empowerment essence and one life saved is one life given. One share is another share. So keep sharing it for me, okay? I need y'all to do that for me. Then you can follow me. I'm Dr. Shenetta Malkia, your empowered life queen. So you can follow me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok. Everything is Dr. Shenetta Malkia. It's long. So do a screenshot right there and you can get the name. Or you can look on the square page and get it, because my name is long, but it's Malkia. I am all about real estate. It's about building, creating legacy, creating stability. So if you need help with real estate, then I need you to go to StableEdge.com. That's the new company name, StableEdge.com, formerly the PMs of the city.
Yes.
If you're looking, that's what we manage all your properties. If you need to lease, purchase, invest, want to get started, that is going to be Stable Edge Realty. So we are here. I will gladly drop that in the comments also when we finish. I'll send that to the Queen, Lady, and she will drop that to you all, and you will have that information. On the nonprofit, thank you so much, Rhea. There, see, that's for me. See, that's for me. There go Rhea right there. Boom, Stable Edge Management. Boom, there we go. Let's get. We are actually, if you are in the Florida area, I was just booked, so I do a lot of speaking engagements. I teach and I coach executives, new property managers, new realtors, and salespersons that are looking to move into that space of property management. So you can book that with us. We are going to have our PM's Academy that is dropping, but I'm heading out to Coral Gables, Florida, to speak at the Florida Multifamily Conference on March 19th through the 21st. I'll be out in Florida speaking. I'm excited about that. If you need help and you're looking to join an organization in the DMV area, the Washington, D.C. area, because you need help in understanding legislation and bills, please follow NARPM DC. It's the National Association of Residential Property Managers. I am the DC chapter president. I have been for the last 2 years. I've been with the organization for the last 5 years, and I do a lot of their training and speaking engagements with them as well.
Awesome.
So that's so now you have your real estate, you have empowermentessence.org. That is for all of your mental health and wellness. So for suicide prevention, we have Safe Talk. We have an introduction to Safe Talk so that we can make sure that you are suicide alert. That way you can identify individuals that may be going through suicide ideation. How do you have the conversation with our youth and help them heal? These are all the things and the resources we provide for you at empowermentessence.org. If you are looking to receive one of the books, I have 3 books that I'm a part of. I have 3 anthologies that I'm a part of. This year, we will drop my book, In These Heels. So my full book will come out. You'll hear more about that story. And so that is the empowerment essence, the mental health and the wellness. So we're going to take care of you on your stability side and your real estate side and your finances. We're going to make sure we tie it together, make sure you have the resources, because housing and mental health tie together. If you are not stable in your housing, sometimes you're not mentally well. Sometimes you cannot become mentally well if your housing is a disaster. If you're facing eviction and you need to go through eviction counseling, you want to know how to communicate to your manager, reach out to me, as real as I am, and telling that you got to pay the rent and you can't live for free. I can gladly help you develop a plan, a realistic plan. If you take the mask off and raise your hand and ask for help, reach out to it. You can DM me. Nobody has to know your business, but I genuinely need to see our community and our youth come up in a better position than a lot of us have come up in. I need to make that happen. And now the last component is TV, film, pageant coaching.
Yes.
That is all the fun stuff that we're creating at Malkia Relations. So Malkia Relations is where we handle all of that. That's malkiarelations.com. Right now, you're going to find me tied in with everything with Brains Concept Studios, because I am the business manager for Dexter Brains, his production manager, and one of his executive producers, along with Dr. Tammy Rogers.
Yes.
So We have multiple areas we can tap into. I am looking to connect with all of you. I hope that you have heard something tonight that inspires you to take the next step, that inspires you to take off your mask, that inspires you to start budgeting, that inspires you to say that, yes, I can. I'm putting my foot back in the game. I'm putting my foot on my own neck and I'm not letting go.
Hey, hey,
Okay?
hey. Yes.
So let's get it and let's grow and let's thrive.
Right. Yes. Listen, guys. I am overwhelmed. Okay. I am overwhelmed. I am in awe of you. I am rooting for you and I am excited for you. I know that there is greater to come. And I'm just thankful that you even accepted my invitation because you didn't have to.
Coming. I was coming. I said, oh, I'm on my way.
You did not have to, and you did. And I'm grateful because your work speaks for itself. If you ain't have to even open your mouth, they could have just Googled and be like, oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
Say that
You
part
understand
again.
what I'm
People
saying?
think they think I'm crazy when I tell them that you really can Google and see the work.
Yeah, no, you really can. Because I promise you, I said, Shanice, pray and get it together because the alignment was a little scary to me. And we'll
It can't.
talk another time in
Yeah.
detail. But yeah, I'll tell you outside of this call. But
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
God loves you. He's loved you
Mm,
since before you came into this world, honey. Your
mm,
life exemplifies his love. Do you hear me? It exemplifies his love for you, and it reminds us that he has no respect of person, and he
no.
will wait for you.
Yes.
He loves us that much. He will wait for you to be reminded, like, I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. You on the pole? I'm right here on the pole with you.
He
You want
was.
to go over
Because
there?
I
Do
ain't
that.
break a
I'm over here
leg.
with
I
you
ain't
too.
lose a toe. I ain't do nothing.
I'm telling you, he do not play about his people. So, I love the saying when they say, if you ever feel like God is not near, who moved? He's constant.
Yes.
So whenever you're ready, when you're ready to go
Whenever
to
you're
the next
ready.
level, tap in.
And somebody thinking right now they got off track with God, but God just say you get back on. Y'all do all you do is pick up where you left off.
He ready. He
And
ready
a
for
lot of
you.
times I'll tell you this, it don't have to be that hard. So stop
No,
being that hard on yourself.
no, you made that up. You made that up. You making it difficult. He is not all mystical as people try to make him seem.
No,
He's
he's
cool as
not
dude I know.
difficult. He wants us
Okay?
to win. It's for him. God wants you to win. And
Yes.
sometimes he gonna let you, he's a respect. Listen, he's a gentleman. He gonna let you make your choices.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
gonna
For
let you make your
sure.
choices. And sometimes when we make the bad choices, he gotta correct us. But he corrects us in
Absolutely.
love. And I think that that's the ultimate thing. What I've realized is no matter what, God has continuously been with me in love. And that is the love that I need to make sure that is demonstrated and given in all the work that we do. So
You have to. You are symbolically. You're that rock that you throw into the lake, and then it just goes like this. That's what you are, and that's what we all have to be. We
yeah.
have to understand our testimonies and our stories are obligated to be shared for someone else's soul.
Amen.
You understand what I'm saying? So I thank you with my whole heart for
Thank you.
everything you are, everything that you are doing. And like I said, if you don't know me like that, but if I speak something, if I say something, it's what it is. So when
Oh,
I
I
say
can
I'm
tell that
rooting
from
for
day
you,
one. I can
yeah,
say
when
when
I
you
say
walked in
it,
the building, you set the tone. I said, "Oh yeah, I like her."
this is me all day. You understand what I'm saying? So if I say to you, I'm praying for you and I'm rooting for you, and if you call me for something I can do it, it's done.
Thank you.
It's
And the
done.
same here. I already know you got projects. I already told you. Send me
Mhm.
the message. I'm on my
Yes,
way.
ma'am. Let's get it. Let's get it. Listen, y'all, make sure y'all follow the doctor, okay? In so many areas, okay? Make sure you follow her. Make sure you're supporting her. I can't help you there. Trial by Fire is coming out. I got my tickets.
I'm
I
sorry, y'all.
can't
It's
help
sold
y'all with
out.
that.
But I have good news. Good news is
Uh-oh.
that I heard that we're going to Atlanta next.
Woo-hoo!
So
Listen, and
y'all
I
get
have
ready.
no
We
problem
will
going
drop
there
it.
either, okay? I love that. Hey. So
So
listen,
yes,
y'all.
we'll be moving.
Y'all got an
But it's sold
exclusive.
out.
Y'all gotta pay attention. Y'all have to tap in. So if you in the A, because a lot of my followers are my whole town live in Atlanta. Shout out to Hempstead. Okay.
Hey.
So tap in. Pay attention. Make sure you follow her. Follow everything that she's doing. And if you are tapping into the film, theater, acting, the industry, you definitely want to follow her. You want to follow Dexter Brains. Shout out to
Yes.
him. Shout out to Tammy Rogers. They are working in the DMV. You hear me?
DMV Hollywood, we got that heat for you, and we bringing it to you.
They
So
got the
yeah, make
heat.
sure y'all stay connected. We're finishing up. We have 5 more days of filming Baltimore Siege, and
Let's go,
we
Baltimore.
got work on. So tap
Let's
in.
go. They shaking. I'm not, listen, like I said, you know me, my word is my bond. They shaking and they moving, okay? You do not want to be left behind. And let me tell you this one thing and then we're gonna go. One of the reasons why I really fell in love with this young lady is because I came on a live. Was it a live? I believe it was a live in actual DMV Hollywood Facebook. And they were doing a casting call. And I loved her because she said, let me tell y'all something. Don't be coming here all haphazard. We're not even going to look at your work. If this is what we asking for and you don't follow that, we ain't doing it. And I was like punching the air. I was like, please tell these people they got to get it together. We don't care who your
Let me
cousin
tell y'all
is.
right now, because y'all, this is the problem. And I've coached and trained with some of the best that keep it real. Shout out to the Queen, Swinky Bird. Woo! If y'all
Let's
haven't
go.
taken that class, y'all get on over there to the Doers Academy and do that, because that's where you're going to say, oh, okay. So headshot, nice clean headshot. As I was told, not the real estate ones that got all the makeup and the earrings and the jewelry. Take that off. Clean headshot.
Right.
Okay, headshot. Let's make sure headshot. One resume, one PDF resume. Your work on your resume should be work that you actually have reels from. So if you look at my resume, you can go to my YouTube and look at my reels and look at the work, the body of work that I've done. So now you're going to have your headshot, your resume, and your less than 2-minute reel.
Let's go.
So we do a scan. When you see us post and we're doing a casting call, Dr. Tammy Rogers is the only casting director we have at Brains Concept Studios. I don't care what you hear. They lying.
She the one. Stop playing with your life.
So, and she's coaching, so you can reach out to her, Tammy Rogers Industries. She is coaching, and that is our casting director. You have to get those submissions right. We will not look at anything if you don't submit properly.
Right.
Don't reach out to Dexter, because he's not going to answer this. He's going to send you to Dr. Tammy. He can't help you.
Let's go. It's real. And
It's real. I love y'all though. It's in love. I'm telling y'all, it's in love.
It's in love. I'm telling you, come correct. Don't play with it. Don't play
Because
with
if
it.
they let you play with it down here, they're not playing with you in New York. You want to work in New York. You want to work in LA. You want to work in Atlanta. You want to be a series regular. You want to have reoccurring roles. You want to do one project, show up late, and think that you have arrived and made it. You ain't gonna make it in them markets. And the thing about it is that when you have somebody that tells you the truth, it's only because somebody told them the truth. They made the mistakes and they're trying to help you. So take that advice.
That's it. That's the one.
So let's win. Let's make some
movies. Let's win. Let's make history. Listen, guys, make sure you subscribe to How My Lady She podcast. The doctor is literally my second guest in the She Is Out. She is my SHERO Series 3. This is my third one, and I'm telling you, they're coming with the fire. I don't know who's coming after her, but you better step your game all the way up, baby, because we going to the top. Listen, Dr. We are going to talk outside this call.
We're going to talk. Well, I'm about to see you next weekend.
You are actually going to see me next week, but we're going to have a real conversation as well. But listen,
yes, ma'am. Let's do it. Let's chop it up. Let's do it.
If you in DMV area, y'all want to tap into these moguls, okay? They are going up. Listen, it's about to be different this year. So you don't want to be left behind. Nobody going to drag you, be clear, but you don't want to be left behind, okay? So tap in. I thank you all for joining. I thank you for your comments. Make sure you follow her. Let's get it.
Let's get it, Queen. Love you and thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Lady She.